Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. I cannot believe that this is the last Tuesday of this year. So we're about to leave 2021. I hope this year has been great for all of you. I hope you have been blessed. I hope your business flourished, your family flourished, you flourished, your finances flourished. So now we're about to go into 2022. So what are you guys doing to get prepared? What are you doing? I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Christmas is like the best time of the year for me for so many reasons. Being a Christian, that's obvious, but also it was a time of a year when my husband and I got engaged. So it's always special for me. And it's just a beautiful time of the year. You know, people are much more kinder to one another. The Christmas music is playing, all the Christmas shows is on. The only thing is, me and my husband have been sick. So we're on the mend. We're on the upswing, as they say. Just because I feel sick, I don't have to look sick. So before we continue, I just want to do a quick shout out to E&O Company for keeping the tresses beautiful. Look at this, y'all. This is dry and it looks like this. So Estrella, she's out there doing her thing. That's E&O Company. They have some remarkable products. If you guys are interested, let me know. I have a discount. You can get some good products and they're all natural. And I just love what they do for my hair. You know, I am not putting anything on my hair that's not natural, but I love her products. Anyway, we have a great guest today, and she is going to be my guest for the end of this year. And I think this is a great way to go out with a bang. Just talking about some great stuff. I have her book. So hopefully she'll talk about that a little bit, and just good energy. That's what we're all about, just good energy. So I'm looking forward into going into 2022. We got a phenomenal event coming up on the 27th. You guys are just going to have to wait until I post it. Tickets go on sale Friday. You are going to be blown away. Let's just say that she is a graduate of Lisa Nichols. And if y'all know who Lisa Nichols is, I don't have to say anymore. Okay. The Maxwell team, if you know who Maxwell is, John Maxwell, I don't need to say anymore. It's going to be a fabulous event, full of fire, full of inspiration, getting you ready to hit the ground running in 2022. So without ado, I want to bring into the studio, and you guys know without my readers, I can't see anything. So I'll be putting those on in a few minutes. But I want to bring into the studio my guest, Judy Hutt. Hey, Judy.
Hi, how are you, Felicia?
I'm doing great. My husband and I, we're on the mend. We're not 100%, but hey, like I said, just because you don't feel well don't mean you don't have to look like you don't feel well. So I'm going to
Exactly.
put on the red lipstick. I'm going to do the products in my hair, which I love. And we just going to do this. But before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that if you would like to speak to me or Judy, you can go to our Unapologetically Me page on Facebook and write comments there or ask questions, or you can do it from our YouTube channel, which is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. Okay, we're going to get into some information here. So, Judy, tell me, how did we meet? First of all, I am excited to finally meet you. You and
Yes.
I have just been like conversing over Facebook, Instagram, not
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook Messenger
Yes.
and email, but we physically have not had the opportunity to meet each other. So thank you. And I also want to thank you for your book, I Take Thee. So hopefully we'll have time to talk about that. So Judy, founder of Family Engagement on the Front Line. Before we get into your organization, how did you and I meet? Do you remember?
Yes, I was scrolling on Facebook one day and I happened to see your show. And I tuned in for a few minutes. It was almost over. And the next week I said, let me tune back in and see. I like what she's doing. And it just took off from there. I've been tuning in and commenting and meeting some of your guests, and it just took off. So I'm tuned in every Tuesday at 12:30.
And that's what I like to hear. Faithful, faithful, faithful. And I'm hoping that my guests are bringing quality information for you to use
Yes.
in your business, to apply to your business. That's what it's all about. We all have gifts, we all have information. So tell us a little bit about the family engagement on the front line. What is that all about?
Family engagement on the front line is a multifaceted business, which includes training through workshops to women that have been incarcerated and for women that are in the communities that are working their way back to self-sufficiency.
Wow. So what made you, how did you get involved with that?
Well, just to go back, my husband and I, we've been married 41 years, and
God bless you. God
yes,
bless
the
you.
first 12 years of our marriage, it was like we were on the front line. The first 12 years, we had four daughters, and we had lost two, one age 3 to renal carcinoma, and one age 6 hours to polycystic kidney disease. So at
Okay.
that time, I went through a mental incarceration for almost 20 years from the trauma. After I was able, thank God for my support system and my prayer partners and those that were praying for me and encouraging me. After I got broke loose from that, I said I will never have see another woman be mentally incarcerated. I'll do what I can to encourage her and to motivate her and to push her to the next level.
Wow. And you're doing just that. You were such a, it's so funny because a lot of times I have guests on my show like yourself who come on here and tell me how much I inspire them to either go on or do something differently in their business. But you guys inspire me too. I love hearing stories like this. 41 years, that's awesome. And I
Yes.
know there's a lot of ups and downs. And we know, I
Oh, yeah.
mean, Paul and I only been married for 12 years, but it's a journey. It's a
Yes.
journey, and it's okay to disagree and still love one another. That's what this whole thing is about. I think these youngsters these days, and I can say that youngsters these days,
Yes.
they get in these relationships, and for
Mhm.
them, it's so quick to say, you get into an argument or they disagree, and it's like, okay, I'm calling it quits. It's over with.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you're blessed enough to have someone good in your life, man or woman, work with them. Because, like I told my husband, I would hate to be a single person out here now. I'm in my 50s,
Oh,
I'm a baby
yes.
boomers. So I would
Mm.
hate to be out here trying to compete against these young girls and these men my age. They don't want women my age, they want women that are younger.
Yes.
So it's hard. So tell us a little bit. Now you were talking about family engagement, exactly what it is that you do, how you serve your community and everything. But what I want to know is, so how do you find your clients? Do you have them come to you? Do you have a group, a support group that you work with? How actually do you find your clients? And again, I just want to remind everybody, if you would like to ask Judy a question on Facebook, there is a page called Unapologetically Me, like the show. Go on there, type in your comments under the live stream, and we are able to
Mhm.
see them. Or you can join in from our YouTube channel.
Finding my clients is really easy. I partner with a lot of agencies. They know what I do. I go to a lot of community meetings. So finding clients is very easy for me. Once those clients are found and introduced to me, we go through a stream of assessments and we take it from there.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk a little bit now about your book somewhat. As you guys can see, I got my book here. And also, Judy made sure that she signed my book. So, first of all, how did you get the inspiration to write the book, I Take Thee? Where did that come from? And tell us a little bit about it, how it was birthed.
Okay, it was birth. One day, my husband and I was some years ago. We were coming home on a Sunday. I don't know if it was from service or from just a store or something, and we were just talking about all of the challenges and all of the issues that we had gone through as a married couple. Because when we got young, I was 19. When we got married, I was 19. He was 21, and I said to him, I said, you know what? When you stand up in front of all those guests and you say those three words, I take thee,
Mhm.
you take on everything that that person is bringing to the table, even the hidden things, the things that you don't know about, the things that you see before you get married that you say, oh, it'll just go away. You take on everything, their family, their behaviors, their habits. And that's how I Take Thee was birthed.
Oh, wow. And you're so right. Like they said, when you marry a person, you marry their whole family.
Yes, you do.
You marry and you
Yes, you
you
do.
said yes, you do real quick. You marry
Yes, you
their
do.
family, whatever baggage they come with, that
Yes.
they bring that into the relationship with them. But you have to decide if it's worth dealing with the baggage. Nobody's
Yes.
perfect. Okay,
Exactly.
nobody's perfect. We all come with our what is it? We all come with our what's the word I'm looking for?
Imperfections, I call it.
There you go. That's very good. Very good. Yes, we all come
Imperfections.
with our imperfections,
Yes,
and you just have to work through it. I remember a lot of times people will say to me, "Don't ever go to bed mad with your
yes,
spouse because you don't know if you're going to wake up the next day." And
yes,
I'm going to be honest, I'm human. There was a couple times, yes, for him and I, we did go to bed
yes. Me
upset,
too.
mad at one another. Would you say you too?
Yeah.
But the thing is, next day you figure it out, you work it out. Sometimes
Yes.
you can work it out, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to take a little longer. I know sometimes with me and my husband, I'll say, listen, this is something that you and I are not going to agree on today. So let's just leave it alone and move on. I mean, we're living
Exactly.
in a household. I'm a Giants fan. He's an Eagles fan. So they're right there, it's kind of conflict. It's
Yes.
really not too crazy because I'm not a diehard sit in front of the TV and watch football. But it's just fun in the household when we're rooting, the Giants and the Eagles, even though
Hmm.
the Eagles killed them this past weekend, but then that's another story. We won't even go there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So besides that, do you have now in the family engagement on the front line, do you guys do events? Do you do seminars? Do you do webinars? What do you do?
What we do is we build and develop workshops and interactive trainings.
Hmm.
We have a workshop now on self-care, and if you ask people what is self-care, some will say vacationing on an island with the sun, and that's fine and dandy because that's what most of us will say. But
Hmm.
suppose you have some challenges in your budget and you can't go on that vacation, that lavish vacation that you plan. In your waiting to save the money, you're dying while you're waiting.
Right.
I recommend there are several different levels and domains of self care.
Hmm.
Um, and so just taking a moment out of your day, going to your mental happy place. Mine is the beach. I
Hmm.
could be sitting in a meeting. And sometimes you have those people that conduct meetings and their voice will just put you right to sleep.
Hmm.
And as they're talking, putting everybody to sleep, I'm at the beach in my mind. That's mental self care. Because see, the beach is going to keep me happy in my happy place, and the beach is also going to keep me from falling asleep during the meeting.
Right.
So self care is not always about the lavish vacations. It's about taking a moment. It's about slowing down. It's about doing you because we do everything for everybody else, but when it comes to us, we shortchange ourselves. Just coming out of the pandemic, it looks like we're going back into it. The cases are increasing. A lot of people are having a lot of challenges
Hmm.
with their self care and their mental health. Mental health is on the rise right now.
Hmm.
Mental health is on the rise. So I've been developing curriculum and developing workshops and meeting with vendors and hearing their heart and seeing what they would want to do, where they want to take their organization, how they want to take it to the next level. So I will build a workshop or training around our meeting.
Hmm. You know what? I think that's awesome. And I'm so glad that you said that. I had to learn that. I had to learn
Mhm,
self-care. I had to
mhm.
learn at the end of the year, come December, that I wasn't running around like a chicken with my head cut
Yes,
off because, I want to get that last event in. I want to get
yes,
that last lesson in, whatever. It's never about the finances for me. It's about
yes,
how I can be a better leader, how I can help the women in my organization, or just help women in general. So
yes,
I understand about that self care. And when you're running, 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 and you're not paying attention to your body, which
yes,
tells you, hey, slow down. Something's
yes,
going on here. You need to listen to me. And I have asthma, respiratory. So I have to be very careful, especially around this time of year. This is like the worst time of year as far as health wise for me. So you're right. Self care is so important. And like you said, with this COVID, it is definitely on the
yes,
rise. And this new strain is more contagious than the other strain was. So you definitely have to be more careful. And, I know people want to get together with their families. They want to take these trips on the plane and train
yeah,
and
yeah,
automobile and all of this. But this stuff out here is no joke. It's no joke.
yes,
And the older that you are, the
yes,
longer it's going to take for you to recover. So
yes,
you're right. I had to learn about that self care. Lisa Nichols, one of her videos, and I love Lisa Nichols. She's like one of my
yes,
inspirational people. She did a video for the end of the year. Her mom was there, and one of the things that she said resonated with me so much. At the end of the video, I started crying because it was like the message was for me, even though the message was laid on my heart for someone else. But she said, going into the new year, she said, we can't pour from an empty cup.
Hmm.
Okay. But she said, let your cup overflow. So when you're giving to people, give from the saucer. So your
Yes.
cup will always be full. And
Yes.
then after that, she said, you did good this year. She said, you were amazing this year.
Yes.
Bask in that. And that
Hmm.
hit me, and I started crying like a little baby.
Yes. Yes. One of the things I have learned over the years, Felicia, that it's okay to say no.
Oh, let me
Um,
tell you, Judy, let me tell you.
it's okay. I can't be everywhere and everything to everybody. I learned that the hard way. It's okay to say no and be
Yes.
okay with it.
And
Hmm.
be okay with it. And that's something else I had to learn too.
Yes.
This year, people came to me with some opportunities towards the end of the year, and I was like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can't do it. I don't want to overextend myself. I don't have the time. I just can't do it.
Hmm.
So, you're right. It's okay to say no, and you have to be okay with saying no. And if
Yes.
the person understands and respects you, then they'll
Yes.
understand you saying no. I'm not saying no to you forever. I'm saying
Hmm.
no to you right now because right
Yes.
now, my self care, my family, and my health is more important. Because if Felicia or Judy dies tomorrow, they're going to find someone else to inspire them.
Exactly.
Life
Hmm.
goes on. But I want you to talk a little more about that self care and spend some time on that because I think we all need to hear that, especially going into 2022.
Okay. Self care. It's so simplistic. It's very easy. Anybody who sews or has ever taken a home economics class, I took sewing when I was in school, and we have four patterns: simplicity, Vogue, McCall's, and Butterwick. Simplicity was the easiest pattern. You could. It had all the notes. It had all the darts. It showed you all the markings. It was the easiest one, and that's how I look at self care. It's so simplistic, but we make it so hard and we make it so vast because of the media and what society puts on it. You're not this if you don't take this lavish vacation. And some people don't ever take a vacation. I always say when November and December comes, if you have enough vacation days that you can sell to somebody or give back to the company, you didn't do something right during the year. Because first of all, that means you're burnt out. I take vacation time. I take me time. Every day I take me time. I get up early in the morning. I go downstairs and I have my coffee. I'm on a prayer line with my sisters at 6 o'clock to 6:30, sometimes to 7. And that is self-care for me. Even after I get off that line, I have my self-care. Whether I
Mhm.
turn on a worship song or whether I just sit and just listen to the quietness. That's my self-care. And I do that also throughout the day. It relieves stress, it relieves stroke, it relieves heart attacks. And another thing, leave work at work. If you're working home, we're all on this virtual platform right now. When I'm done, I don't even clean up everything. I get up, shut the computer off, and I close the door on my way out. I may come back another time of the day or the next day and straighten everything up. I don't sit there and take notes and see what else I can do because I'm done. Take your lunch breaks. If you're working in an office, take your lunch breaks and take your required breaks. If you get two 15-minute breaks a day, take them. Take them. When you eat your lunch, get away from your desk. Go walk around. Go look at something different. Go outside and get some fresh air. Do some breathing. Do some breathing. Listen to a CD. Find motivational speakers. You may need to change your support group. You also may need to set some healthy boundaries in your relationships. That's also self-care. A lot of people, one of the things I do in my work with the girls at the prison is we do a relationship wheel. And what happens is we do a positive one and we do a toxic one. And so what I do with the toxic one, I ask them, okay, if they're toxic, why are they still in your life? Why did you list them on your wheel, on your
Mhm.
relationship wheel? What are the costs and benefits of this relationship? Have you benefited? Or are you always the one that's being pulled on? What is it costing you to stay in this toxic relationship? And they really give that a lot of thought. A lot of times we just go on and go on and go on, and we don't even look at our circle of friends or a circle of associates. And sometimes even family members can be toxic, and you have to love them from a distance. It could be mom, dad, sister, brother. It doesn't matter. You have to do. I always say, at the end of the day, it's about me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's about me. And if I can't do something, I don't feel bad about it because I know what's going on in my body. People sometimes will just continue to pull on you and pull on you and pull on you, and they'll do it if you allow that. You have to speak up. I can't do that today. I'm not feeling my best, or maybe another time. In November, I close my business down. I don't accept any more engagements because I have to have time to really plan
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
first quarter. I don't
I
take any more
understand.
engagements. If somebody calls and asks, it can be a 2-hour workshop. We need you to come here. Can we do this first quarter? Here's some dates that I'm available.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn that. And that was a pretty hard thing to learn because you want to you feel that you have to be in the circle and you want to please everybody. But at the end of the day, the only person you have to please is God.
Yes. You know what? You were talking to my spirit so much. Where were you when I started this business? I needed you.
Probably doing something for somebody. I hadn't learned how to say no yet.
Listen, I so get it. I so get it. I remember I was talking to another one of my guests, and she said to me, she said, Felicia, she said, you have to learn to say no. You have to be okay with
Mhm.
that. And you have to take self time for yourself, time for your family.
Yes.
Like in October, I did a girlfriend's trip. There was
Mhm.
no type of business done. We went
I
away.
saw that.
Yes,
Yes.
we went away, we laid on the beach, we ate,
Mhm.
and that's all we did. I was there for 7 days. I did not leave
Mm.
that resort. I stayed there, and that was my time. And my husband and I will go down to the shore because we also love the beach, and
Yes.
I have a connection with water, and I'm sure you can relate to this. It
Yes.
seems like when I'm by the beach, I'm on the sand, my eyes are closed, I'm talking to God. That's when I get my messages.
Yes.
That's when I get
Yes.
to let me know what it is I need to do, to let me know what
Yes.
my next steps are, because
Yes.
we're so busy during the day doing so much and running, he can't talk to us.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
when I'm in bed, the first thing I do when I wake up my eyes in the morning, when I wake up and I open my eyes in the morning, the first thing I'm doing is I'm saying, I'm thank you. I'm being
Yes.
grateful. Thank you,
Yes.
Lord, for the day that's about to unfold. Thank you for the opportunities that are coming my
Yes.
way. Thank you for all good. Thank you for my health, even though I'm not the healthiest right now. But
Me
hey, I'm
either.
still here. There's
Yes.
a lot of people that are not here. I'm
Oh my
still here,
God.
you know?
Yes.
So you're right. So I had to learn that. So, she told me, she said, everybody's going to want a little piece of you.
Yes.
Everybody's going to want to pull, but she says it won't be reciprocated,
Mhm.
but everybody's going to want a piece of you. And you're going to have to stand your ground and pick and choose what you want to be involved with, where it
Yes.
doesn't drain your energy. Now I get to the point when people ask me, you want to do something together? I'm like, do I have to do anything?
And that's okay because they probably look at you like you have three heads because nobody else probably has ever put that towards them like that. And
Mhm.
learning to say no, it's a process. It really is a process.
Right, right.
It's
Because
a process.
I'm like, I can help you market it. I can help you get it out to, whoever. But if you want me in there physically doing things right now, I can't do that for you.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
you're going to have to decide, what do you want of me? Do you want a quarter of Felicia, or do you want zero of Felicia? So you got to decide, what
Yes.
it is.
And I think also too the way that you communicate that, they'll understand. And
Mhm,
if not, they'll get it. And one of the things we have to learn as women is that if God brought it to you one time
mhm.
and you don't take it, he'll bring it again.
Yep, yep.
We sometimes grab so much and we try to put so much in our toolbox that we say, oh my God, and then you start to mess up. And
Mhm,
one thing my husband and I, we had a very profitable catering business years ago, and we would turn down clients.
mm.
And I tell people, I said, it's not about the money. That's our brand. Our name is on that,
That's right.
so it has to be excellent.
Yes,
And
yes.
some people say, "Oh my God, are you working for them because she's so picky?" No, my name's on that.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
and just keep in mind that the people that said that they didn't get called back for the next engagement, and it's okay.
There you go. That's it. Listen, I get it. I get it. Like I tell everybody, every opportunity is not an opportunity for you.
Exactly.
Every
Exactly.
opportunity is not a good opportunity. I like I'll turn out opportunities where there's money involved. But like I said, I'm not doing
Mhm.
this because of money. I'm doing this because I
Yes.
love what I do. I'm doing
Yes.
this because I'm passionate about helping the next woman get to her
Yes.
dreams, to build
Yes.
her business. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about not me telling you I can help you grow your business, but showing you that I
How to grow
can
it.
help you
Mhm.
build your business. And anybody that has been following P's, W, and C's history and our
Mhm.
journey, they'll know I built this from the ground up. What you
Yes.
see today was not always. This is not my
Mhm.
first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh business. Okay. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm in my season right now. But just because you see me in my season, don't get it twisted. I'm working. I am working my tail off
Yes.
to not only get more, but stay where I am. Because you
Yes.
got those haters out there. They pray. You got your haters praying on you too.
Oh,
They
yeah. Oh,
praying
yeah.
that you yeah, they're
Yes.
praying that you fail. And I tell people,
Mhm.
I'm like, listen, I love my haters. I acknowledge my haters because they are the ones that motivate me.
Yes.
Your friends and family will give you a pass, Judy. They'll be like, Judy, you don't have to do this today. You can wait tomorrow. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. Wait till Friday.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Felicia's working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You just coming on Friday. People ain't looking at you. They looking at Felicia.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's like, so I always appreciate my haters. I always say thank you. It's because of them that they motivate me. They're waiting for me to
Yes.
fail. And because they're waiting for me to fail, that's not going to happen. And the reason why
Ex
it's not going to happen is because it has nothing to do with me. This is
exactly.
ordained. Hands are
Yes.
on this. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's why it has grown so much as it's done in less than 3 years. So,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes.
I can't believe that we're almost coming up on our time. So you were saying events and stuff. Do you have something coming up in January that you can speak about, or do you have a book possibly that's coming up?
I am working on some curricula. I can't say too much about it over the platform, but I will let you know when I'm done and shoot you an email to let you know what it involves. I will say that it does involve parent engagement and the school systems.
Oh,
Some things
wow.
that I saw when I was working in the school system some years ago that have really snowballed today, and there's no solution, and it keeps getting swept under the rug. So the Lord gave me a curriculum to write that I'm currently working on. Should be ready in February.
Okay. All
But I'll
right.
reach out to you. Yes, I will reach
Yes.
out to you. Definitely.
Yes. Yes. Well, like you said, you let people know of your goodness when it's done.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
when you let them know.
Yes.
So I'm happy for you. So before we go, talk a little bit about your book, I Take Thee.
Well, as you said, you read it.
Yeah.
You have several chapters in there, and chapter one we talk about in the beginning, and in
Mhm.
the beginning talks about how we met. We were 14 and 16 in high school. We dated a few times. He graduated with the service. I stayed here, graduated from school. We saw each other one Saturday, and this was in April. September, we were married. We
Wow.
were married. Chapter three is one of my favorite ones. It's called After the Honeymoon, and
Mhm.
that's when reality really starts to set in. Um, he may not. You didn't know he snored, or you
Right.
didn't know she snored, so
Mhm.
you can't get any sleep at night because they're snoring. So you're annoyed. Um, Little things like just picking up stuff off the floor. Little thing. Oh, I hope you don't think I'm going to pick that up. Yes, he thinks that you're going to pick that up, or she thinks you're going to pick that up. Just dealing with reality after the honeymoon, after that tuck is returned and that dress is thrown up, those guests are home, it's on and popping. It's just you two there.
You're so right. You're
It's
so
you two
right.
there. And you have
Yes.
to learn how to do life
Yes,
together.
you do. And you gotta
Mhm.
grow up together.
Yes,
My husband and
exactly.
I, we are constantly growing up. We look at each other because we've been married for 12 years, but we've known each other, I believe, for 15, 16 years.
Okay.
We met as friends. We met on the job when I had a job at that time, and we met as friends. And that's how we started our relationship. But we learned something new about each other almost every day, especially since we were in this pandemic and everybody was stuck at home for what is it, a year, 2 years,
Yeah.
seems like
Yes.
now. So you
Mhm.
really start to see what you're made of. A lot of marriages divorced, and a lot
Yes.
of marriages made them closer. And I'm just
Yes.
glad that, we were one of those where it just made us closer.
Yes.
and
Yes.
able, but like you said, once that honeymoon, because your wedding day goes by so fast.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then once that honeymoon is over and you're still giggly, and now you're going into months and 2 months and 3 months, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know this about you. I didn't know this about
Yes.
you. You're learning
Yes.
each other.
I
But
mean, you look at each other, you like, who is she? And he looking at you, you looking at him like, who is he? This is not who I married.
yes, yes,
And
the
things
virgins.
slowly start to unveil. Hmm.
The versions of one another. You have
Yes.
the versions as you go through ages. You have the versions. Somebody said, the representations of you, the
Yes.
different personalities of you.
Hmm.
Men get moody just like women do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes.
do, and they go through their emotions just like we do. But like I said, I was blessed enough to have a good one. You were obviously blessed enough
Yes.
to have a good
Yes.
one as well. You
Yes. My
know,
best friend. Hmm.
Yes, yes. So I love the book, and I want to show the book again, everybody. If you get the opportunity, they can go on Amazon and get this, right?
Well, it's not on Amazon yet. They can reach out to me at JUDY_HUTT01 at AOL.com.
Okay, repeat that again.
Mhm. JUDY_HUTT01 at AOL.com.
And as you guys can see, it's an easy read. It's
It
easy.
is.
I think I read this book in 2 days.
It
So
is.
if
Easy
you're
read.
a reader, even if you're not an avid reader, you could probably finish that book in a week if you take
Yeah.
one chapter at a time, or if you take two chapters at a time. But it's very good, and
Thank
it's
you.
yeah. Thank you, and hopefully we'll have some more books coming from you.
Yes.
And I look forward to hearing all great things coming from you as well. Things that you're doing, things that you're going to continue to do, because from here it can only go up. That's all
Yes.
it can go. So, I'm happy for you. I'm happy
Thank
for you.
you.
I see some
Thank you.
great things coming down the pike for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I
You're
received
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. So everyone, so Judy, I'm going to leave you with a question, and then everyone, we're going to say goodbye. And like I said, you were my last guest for the year. I'm
Yes.
glad that you were, because
Oh,
self-care is so important.
yes.
So important. And to talk about self-care, people going into 2022, just
Hmm.
preparing yourself.
Yes.
It's nice to run the race, but
Hmm.
while you're running the race, take time to stop and drink water.
Yes. You have to. You have
Yes,
to.
yes, yes. Because let me tell you again, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Mm-mm.
And you have to be well before you can pour into any of. You can't come to people when you're broken down and you're ragged and try
No.
to give. You just
No.
can't, because
No.
people pull off of your energy. So if
Yes.
you have no energy to give, so remember, going into 2022, take care of yourself. But Judy, if you had to give advice to a newly married couple, you guys got married young. Paul and I got married older than you guys. But if you had to give advice to a newly married couple, what would it be and why?
I would say don't despise small beginnings. I would also say give each other a chance to be imperfect and give each other a chance to grow, because you go from season to season. And
Mhm,
that's so important. And if you get in trouble, get wise counsel.
mm,
Spiritual counseling is amazing. Let me tell you, it is amazing.
mhm,
Family members, we never took that route. There weren't too many successful marriages in either my family or his family that
mhm.
we could look after. We talked to my mother a lot and my parents who helped us along the way. But you need the guidance and the wisdom from an older person.
Yes,
You
yes,
really do. And it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay stuck. And that's when things start to happen. And you say, how did we get here? Well, there was a series of events and we never dealt with the elephant in the room.
right, right.
Always deal with the elephant in the room because it's going to stay there until you deal with it. Mhm.
Okay. Well, guys, you got some amazing information today. This is just the top of the surface of things that Judy does in her community, that she does in her organization. Please reach out to her. She is also on Facebook. Connect with her. Get her book, especially for you couples that have been married for a while. Even if you haven't been married for a while, if you're newlywed, get her
Yes.
book. It will help you. It will definitely, definitely help you. So, Judy,
Yes.
you hold on. I'm going to come and say goodbye to everybody, and I'll be back
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, what a great show today. I mean, Judy dropped some nuggets for you. To start your new year off, remember self-care, self-care, self-care. I cannot stress that. Again, this virus is on the rise. There's a different strain out here that is more contagious than the first one. So make sure you take care of yourself. So if you do get this virus, okay, you have the strength to take care of yourself, for your body to be on the mend, to come back up again. So my wish for all of you going into the new year is that you have a very prosperous, healthy new year, that you stay safe, that you keep your family close. Tell those that you love them today. Tomorrow's not promised. We've lost a lot of people over these last 2 years. So just keep things into perspective. I wish you luck and blessings in your business, in your family life, in your married life if you're married, and just with you. So continue to do what it is that you're doing. Continue to be a blessing again to everyone who you come across. And I will see you guys in the next year, next Tuesday, on Unapologetically Me at 12:30 Eastern Time. Guys, have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Happy New Year. Bye bye now.